Hi everybody, and welcome to another edition of Here It Is with Kerri Burk. I'm here at the Valleybrook Pilates studio, and we're going to learn some moves and check out what the stuff's going on here. But I wanted to tell you a story of how I found out about Pilates. Back in the 80s, my girlfriend and I, there were no big gyms or studios in LA at the time. There was just a few little things. And my girlfriend and I would drive to LA and Hollywood and Westwood and go to all these classes, and you would line up and pay like $5, walk in, they'd take so many and then done, you know, kind of like pop-ups are now. So my girlfriend says, I'm picking you up, we're going to go to this new class that's supposed to make our thighs thin. It's called Pilates. And I'm like, Pilates? You mean like the seven sisters stars up in the sky? And she's like, she looks at me, she's like, yeah, whatever. It's supposed to make our thighs thin, so I'm picking you up, let's go. Okay, so we go. I walk into this bright room, and there's all these boxes of wood. And I'm like, oh, God, what are we doing now? Well, it looks like we're going to wood shop. Well, all of a sudden, I start seeing Jane Fonda walks in the room, and then a couple of other like movie stars walk in the room, and I'm like, oh, all right, then maybe it's all right. So we get down on the Pilates reformers, and I think I called it a former or something, and we start doing what they're telling us to do. Now, mind you, both of my girlfriend and I are extremely fit. We've been gymnasts, we're horseback riders, so we're used to hard workouts, right? You know, that's what we want to do. So they go, okay, all right, everybody lay down here, and we're going to make a mind-body connection and everything. And so I lay down on the ground, and they start telling me to suck my tummy in and have my belly button kiss my spine, but don't raise my hips. And here, let me show you what they kind of did. Okay, so I'm laying here. All right, suck your belly button in to touch your spine, but don't move. Don't move at all. Don't move at all. And you cannot raise your pelvic bones up or anything. Don't just curl your tailbone up and under, right? I look over at my girlfriend. I'm sweating because I'm concentrating on trying to make this connection of this move that doesn't even move me. I'm not even moving. So we do it. All right, how many times? I have no idea. All right, that's over. We go on to the rest of the workout. We get out of there, we get in the car. I told my friend, what a waste. Let's go see if we can get an hour of racquetball in so we get some exercise. Okay, the next morning, my stomach was so sore. My girlfriend calls me, she's like, my stomach, I sneezed, I think I'm gonna die. There is something to this. We were fit, but we weren't fit. There's a different thing about thinking about your muscle curling in and tightening and doing stuff. Oh, and when we played racquetball that night, we were like heroes from cartoon characters. We were running up the walls. Yeah, come on. We played better than we've ever played before. So we kind of got the idea, and that's how I got into Pilates. So, Colleen, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Okay, so you have this studio here, and Pilates has changed a lot from the 80s, and you have a special way that you do it. So why don't you tell what you offer here?
Well, honestly, Pilates has not changed since the 30s. You know, this was all developed by a man named Joseph Pilates. He was born in the late 1800s, and he eventually made his way to New York City from Germany, and he developed this system called Pilates. So he invented the reformers, the Cadillac, the chairs. This big tall thing is the electric chair. I'm going to get you on that later. But it's all developed to strengthen your core. Every movement that you make initiates with the scoop of your core. You pull your abs in, up under your rib cage. You keep your rib cage tight. You keep your pelvic stable. You keep your shoulders back and open through the chest, and then you start moving your body when you are in alignment. So we walk around all day on our phones, on our computer, driving our car, and we're slouching. We're slouching, and it's technology is wreaking havoc on our bodies, right? So some people can't even sit up straight, let alone stay that way. So you really need to retrain your muscles. You need to open up your shoulders. You need to strengthen your back. Pilates is the only exercise method that actually will exercise and move your back in all 4 planes, which is flexion, extension, rotation, and then side to side. So a lot of what you'll do in a Pilates class or lesson is exercising your spine, making it not only more flexible but stronger. Okay, then your core becomes what makes you a better racquetball player, which makes you have the ability to get on the floor with your grandkids, or people that have sciatica or degenerative nerve disease, or multitudes of things that just make their everyday life painful. This can help. It's corrective exercise. It's exercise really using your brain and the connection with your brain with your body, and movement becomes more graceful and easier and balanced. We're all in balance. We put our pants on, same leg. We brush our teeth with one hand. How about brushing your teeth on one leg?
Yeah.
Try that.
Yeah.
We just don't do enough of that. So this helps with our society's ailments today. But also, it's just good core work.
And it's not like what I was saying in the beginning. In the 80s, it was all aerobics, and it's got to be
it's
a
non-impactful.
hard,
no impact.
break your knees,
So you can be somebody that can't walk, and you can do Pilates.
Right.
You can do it seated, laying, inverted. There's something that's going to work for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the other big thing I remember was that I had to concentrate on was like breathe in, hold it, stomach in. I mean, all these instructions.
Yeah.
I was sweating from the instructions because I'd never thought about exercise that way. It's just
Right.
go in and hammer down
and it relieves stress.
And something about the breath, doesn't it do something to like enrich your spine? Or I remember them saying something like the air is flowing to enrich, and I'm like, okay.
Well, it oxygenates your blood.
Right.
But sometimes if you breathe during a contraction, it helps your muscles activate more because of the way your breath is, or vice versa. But breath is important because we all need to breathe. But sometimes when we're doing vigorous exercise, which this can be very vigorous, we forget to breathe. We hold our breath because it's so hard.
I'm a breath holder.
And then so that becomes something that you work on, breathing through your exercises, and it gives you more productivity, maximizes your effort.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Well, maybe you could demonstrate a few of the things that are like the best moves.
Well, I would like to have you demonstrate some things,
sure
and then
you would.
maybe I can demonstrate some things.
Okay. So what you gonna put me
So
through?
this is called the electric chair.
Lovely.
It's actually a chair.
Right.
But you can see how primitive this design is. It was designed in the 1930s. It hasn't really changed at all.
Wow.
It's operated by heavy springs that make this pedal move. So have a seat on the chair.
Okay.
Now wrap your arms around here so you're kind of supported. And
Around
holding
those?
on. Yep, just like that. Roll your shoulders back. So you want to keep your upper back in contact with this platform behind, and then your hips as well. Okay? Allow that natural arch in your back to be there. Okay? Now lift your feet up and put it on this pedal.
Uh-oh.
Keep your heels together and toes apart. So about a fist width, right? Okay. So
Like that? Are they right place? They're better
toes
not.
on. I'm sorry. Put your toes on.
Oh, my toes on, right?
Yes,
Uh-oh.
there you go.
Right, do not. I don't want my.
We're
feet.
not looking at her toes. But,
Yeah, don't
okay?
look at my toes.
Right? Okay, so your heels are up kind of like you're in a high heel. Okay?
Oh.
So keep this stability right here.
Okay, keep this,
Try to
okay.
keep
Core.
this stable. Activate your core. Keep your pelvic, your hips. Do not let them rotate. Okay, you're going to keep them real. No, what's her name? Shakira. No Shakira hips.
Oh, okay.
All right, so lower that pedal all the way down as far as you can go, and lift back up.
And lift back
Okay, now this time go just halfway. just until you keep your
My
pelvis
pelvic
stable.
is engaged.
Yes, there you go. Now pull back up, pull, all as far up as you can go. Right, that's where the work is. Now go halfway down. Oh. Now come back up.
See, this is a very intimate workout. My pants, thank God, aren't ripping open. Wait. Wait for it.
So you.
Oh.
Once you
yeah, see it.
Keep your heels together.
Oh, my heels aren't
together.
together.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Heels
so
together.
It's a lot to think about.
Your
brain is working
It
just
is.
as much as your body is.
And trying to. Okay, my pelvis isn't
keep
rocking.
Your shoulders back a little more.
Oh,
there you go.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Down and back. Okay. All right. Let me try.
So you would do that with flow, maybe 10 repetitions.
Sure. Yeah.
And then you change your foot position. You do it in a couple other foot positions.
Okay.
So you're getting your legs are toning, but your core is driving the movement.
Right.
Okay.
My floor.
You're building stability in your body.
Right. Right.
When you're out in the ice, you're not going to fall. You know, this is all helping that. Okay.
Right.
So just go ahead and step off.
Step off. Step off. Okay.
And now we'll do something on here where you'll be standing. Okay. So hands on the handles.
Like this? I'm standing in here?
Nope.
No. Outside?
Stay outside. Yeah. Otherwise, you'll break your toe. So hold on to the handles.
All right.
Lift your right foot up. Put it on top of the pedal. Now push the pedal all the way down to the ground.
Huh?
Yeah, all the way down.
God.
There you go. Now put the other foot next to it. Mm-hmm. Good. Now lift your right foot up and put it right here in this groove. You're going to line your foot up with just flat.
Oh, flat like that.
Yep. Toes all the way to the back edge. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now keep your foot in alignment with that. So this is here as to get you lined up. Yeah. So that's what it's called for. Now, lift that pedal up slightly so your knee touches this platform here.
Like come forward or?
Yep. And as you do that, that pedal's going to lift. So be prepared.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Okay, so wait.
Okay.
Did I do that right?
You do. Now, something to keep in mind, keep your hips level. Your right hip is now a little hiked. So.
Is it better now?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not bad. Okay?
Now,
keep your knee connected, though. There you go. Now, pull that pedal up as far as you can go. Don't let your foot slip off. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. All the way. You can do it. A little bit further, further.
Really?
All the way up.
Oh,
and then go back down. There you go.
Oh, that's
Try to keep
really,
your toes
really
on.
hard.
Try to keep your, there you go.
Okay.
Keep your toes on,
Oh,
knee
that.
on, shoulders back, posture.
Shoulders back,
engage your
posture,
core,
sucked
level
under.
your hips.
Oh, level my hips.
Now go up. There you go.
That's how I sit in my car. I
Yeah.
know that's for. Okay, so now I'm going up.
You're going up.
As high as I can.
Yep. And then go back down.
And then go back down.
Yeah. And then you do it with the other foot. We'll do it quickly with the other foot. So.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
see. So toes, there, engage,
Hips
level, and try to go up.
Yep.
Oh,
Just do one or two, just so you're balanced.
Oh.
We don't want you walking away
oh yeah. We
off
don't.
kilter.
Yeah.
Now,
Like I came
eventually
in.
you'll do it where your hands are above your head and you're
Free.
free. Yep. But don't try that. Knee against here.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. No!
I can do it.
1-800-LIABILITY. There you go.
Wow.
So that's a little intro to the electric chair.
Oh, yeah. I now know why it's called that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is really a good tool for beginners because there's a lot of structure to it, and it helps you line up the right way before you start working.
Okay.
Okay. So
All right.
that's that.
Here's one. Okay, Colleen, what do you got for me now?
All right. So this is called the Cadillac because
All
it
right.
has everything, which is kind of playful, but that's what Joe Pilates did. He named things silly. But so put your feet up on the mat, and you're just going to lay back. Just kind of, concentrate on your shoulders being open. Yeah. Don't worry about any space back here. That's the natural curvature of your spine. We don't want to mess with that. But we're going to work on pelvic stability here. So bring your knees or your feet a little closer to your bottom. Keep your knees together if you can. Yeah. Good. All right. So put your hands, thumbs on your belly button, hands pointed down towards your feet. Good. Now rotate your pelvis so that the bottom of your fingers tilt up towards your face. So actually curl your tailbone under, but don't lift your hips. It's kind of like what you were saying before. Okay, we're just going to go through like a couple movements. So you're tilting
so I'm
forward.
tilting
Yep.
my pelvis up.
Yeah.
Without raising my butt
Yeah,
off the thing.
Exactly. Keep your tailbone attached. Now go the other way. Make your thumbs higher than your fingers.
Oh,
so
mean
you're
like
going to
this?
arch the
Can I-
opposite way. Yeah.
But
So
can my back come up?
Yes.
Oh.
Absolutely. So you're warming up your lumbar spine. Okay.
Okay.
Just feel how that movement. You know, we really don't do that in life at all. We're not working. We're not even thinking about that.
No.
You know, so when I first started doing Pilates, I couldn't do that at all. I just had no flexibility in my lower spine. So it's
Well, we all have stuff,
yeah,
something we can't do.
So, okay, so just rock back and forth a couple times, feel that, right?
So like, is that good?
Yeah, but do you want us to do it controlled movements? I know you.
No,
right?
I mean, like, so I honestly don't,
So that's.
where should I breathe?
Okay, that's your anterior versus posterior tilt, right? So you want to get right in the middle, which is neutral pelvis. So if I had a bowl of water right here, it wouldn't.
Ooh, that'd be good.
It wouldn't move, right? It wouldn't spill. So how do you make this level? So you probably need to tilt the sway fingers a little lower. Say, all right. So do you think you're pretty level now?
I think, but that's a good thing to think about. If I had a bowl of water on here, could I
right.
keep it there?
So move your hands away. I'm going to put this here.
Yeah.
And we're going to balance it, right?
Oh.
Okay. So lift your right foot up just ever so slightly off the mat without letting this move. Yeah. Can you do that? It's a challenge.
The
It's not easy.
concentration. The concentration.
Yeah. Use your core. Stabilize through your core. Lift your foot. Good. Set it back down. Yep. Now do the other foot.
Oh.
These little movements.
I'm telling you, this is why I was saying in that first thing, like, what a joke.
Now
Karen,
now
let's
just
get out of here.
See if you can do a march.
What?
See if you can just step that in with some rhythm. You're doing really good. Good. See if you can get your leg higher now.
Oh, higher.
Yeah.
How about I
Look
get
how
off
good
and I
she's
hit
doing.
you with the stick?
So see, now this is demonstrating pelvic stability. So
So
when we were over on the chair and I was saying keep your pelvis stable as you're pushing that pedal up and down,
Yeah.
people are
I think
going
it's
like this,
stabler here. Yeah.
So it's not dancing.
Okay.
All right. It's control, stability.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, what's next? Okay, now Colleen is going to do some demonstrating. Now, Colleen, what's this move called?
This is called hanging on the Cadillac.
And what is it good for?
Yeah. This is good for arm strength, okay? A lot of strength in your arms, core, of course, and then spinal flexibility. So you're going to see some flexion.
And what did you call it a minute ago? Thoracic something?
Thoracic spine is here, so that's where
behind your lungs are.
Yeah, that's where your spine is generally the least flexible. This is your lumbar spine.
Okay.
Cerebellar, cerebellum, neck, whatever. So.
Okay, so watch this.
So this is really, it's not that big of a deal, but you come up onto the rack. So you're just going to begin by piking down. So you're letting your hips be heavy. You're stretching out your spine. It feels really, really good, right? So then you come up into a reverse plank, and then you go into extension, which this is not my strong suit. I really struggle with this personally.
It's a good thing I don't have that pole, because I would be like...
and then you'll come back to reverse plank where hopefully I am an all-in-one line, and then you do some pull-ups.
Oh.
So if you can get 5 in, that would be good.
Oh, yeah. See, you don't need any weights, just lift your own weight.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hard.
And then you come back to this, to the hanging area.
Yeah, that looks like it feels good, though.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And then you'll go back up straight first, and then into your extension.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can do more
That
of
looks
these.
really good, and then more of those. All right.
You come down, and then you can go this way and do it as well. This is a little more challenging, but
yeah.
I don't know if I'm lined up, but
And I don't know what to tell you.
Not only are my arms working, but
Yeah, they're
you have to
looking
work
cut.
everything to
That
stay
looks like
stable.
I was never anybody who could do pull-ups.
So that's some fun stuff to do on the Cadillac.
All right,
can
why don't you
invert,
show us
do
some
other stuff?
Why don't you show us a reformer
Okay.
move next?
Yep. All right, so this is the reformer. It reforms your body, which is why it's called that. And this is a warm-up, so it's called footwork. This is what you, generally the first thing you do when you'll get on a reformer for class. Toes are apart, your heels are together, and your shoulders are back and open. That natural curve is here, and your pelvis is stable, just like what we did with Kerri over there. So arms down by your side, just push the carriage out and come back in. And you just work your body in and out, 10 times this way. Then you go to a different foot position, third foot position.
And they're all such little, I mean,
Yep.
toes, heels.
And that's part of the warm-up. Okay, so I'm going to show you another one that people generally hate. But
Ooh, yeah, I like the hate.
It's called stomach massage, which is interesting because this is supposed to be like an internal organ massage, which, whatever, I don't really know. But
Maybe
you
it
put
makes
your
your stomach
feet up.
flat.
You want to be in almost like a ball shape. Your feet, your toes are on. Your bottom is as close to the edge of this carriage as possible, and your heels stay in one spot. You're not going to, as you're pushing the carriage, you want to keep this in alignment. My shoulders should be over my hips, hopefully, and I'm a little bit rounded, like a C curve, right? Space here, key. Keep this space up as much as you can. Push the carriage out, lower your heels, come up, and so this is massaging my internal organs because I'm pulling the carriage back in by tilting my pelvis under me. Okay. Then you take a spring off, go to a different position with your arms, so now my chest is more open. And you do the same thing. Woo. And then you'll do it finally, no hands. And I can't do this because I'm sliding, but basically you do this and then you twist. So
It gets more and more complex the better you
You
get.
can do like a monkey stretch. But those are some reformer things. Quickly, you can do things, this is called knee stretches, because it focuses on this muscle that's above your knee. You know, when we get older, ladies get that little saggy crepiness there. Good for that. So you're basically rounded and you're pushing this carriage in and out.
That one kills my stomach. I feel like my stomach works really hard.
So the only
in that.
thing moving is the pivot of my hips is the only thing making this move. The rest of my body is stable.
Stable.
And then eventually you get the knees off, do the same thing. It really, it's a quad
It
burner.
seems, you think it's so easy, but it is not.
You do things standing, you know, so you're on this in all positions. You can do things on here where your feet are in these straps and your legs go overhead.
And it all depends on what ails you, right? And that because you guys work on people
it's
that have ailments too.
Head to toe.
Head to toe.
So I'd like to introduce one of my vital part of the studio. This is Melissa Pintar. She's a registered dietitian nutritionist. She is currently getting her master's degree in nutritional.
Integrated and function nutrition.
Okay, integrated functional nutrition. And I actually knew Melissa when she was in kindergarten because she's the same age as my oldest son, and they were in kindergarten class together. And she looked the same, pretty much, that she did. Eat the raw camera. That she did when she was 5 years old.
It was
the
fate.
green eyes, and she just.
Maybe it's
So when I heard from Melissa when she graduated from college, she was teaching some fitness classes for me, and we've thus begun to offer nutritional counseling here at the studio that is based on your DNA. It's very, very interesting, a very emerging field of science. So in a nutshell, could you maybe describe what that
Sure.
means?
So like Colleen said, it is a very emerging part of the nutritional field. It's about to boom. So basically, we're on the cutting edge of it at the current time. I do incorporate the genetic test as part of my traditional nutrition counseling. The specific test that I use essentially looks at differences among everyone's genes that might increase or decrease their need for a certain nutrient, or increase or decrease their risk of sort of like a cardiovascular disease risk factors like caffeine sensitivity, sodium sensitivity, among sort of risk of blood sugar issues as well. And then it does look at food intolerances too. So anyone that's kind of wondering, you know, do they have issues with gluten or anything?
Right.
It does look at.
Should I go gluten-free? Should I
Right.
go dairy-free?
Yeah, it kind of gives you like the little comforting to know that, oh, I don't need to be on all these crazy fad diets. And it kind of sets you straight a little bit. And I work with people incorporating the tests as well as their life factors and their histories and everything else. So we kind of merge this new science.
So it takes the guesswork out of what's the best diet for me.
Exactly.
Or not diet, but healthy eating habits.
Exactly. There is actually a whole portion for weight management and things that involves, you know, are you a snacker? Would you do better with certain meals or small, frequent meals throughout the day? I mean, you hear all this crazy things out, you know, in public, but to really kind of know what would be best for your body.
Is there a sugar diet?
Unfortunately, no.
I know it's in my DNA.
Sugar busters.
There is a sweet taster. You could be a sweet taster.
I am definitely.
Yeah, so that would show in your DNA that you
would.
tend to gravitate towards sweets.
And,
Yes.
and I come from a long line of them.
Yes, I'm a fat taster. So
And I have a sodium intolerance, which is
Right.
why I never have liked salty food.
Yeah.
So
Wow. So
all
what
these
would you
inclinations.
do for somebody that has a salt
So
problem?
we would incorporate her diet plan to, especially if she didn't know of any sources that are higher in sodium and things, I'd work with her to educate her to make sure that she's not overdoing it on sodium, because over time that could increase her risk of high blood pressure and heart disease. So we'd work with her in her diet plan to make sure she's meeting along the lines of probably around 1,500 milligrams of sodium a day.
And how often do you need to come in and talk to you?
Usually with our comprehensive plan, we have over 6 sessions, so it could be over a year or 6 months.
Over a
It
year.
depends. It depends on how the client and I work together. Yeah, their progress and everything.
Okay. And how much is that?
The comprehensive program so runs about $1,200.
And
that includes the genetic testing.
Right.
and so you give blood or do you
It's
do it spit
just
or-
a saliva sample. Yep, so
Oh,
it's
just
non-invasive,
like
very easy.
Ancestry.
Just like
Yes,
Ancestry.
yeah. And then this is, you know.
Can you find my long lost father?
Yeah,
He's
so
in there.
this report also, in
That's
case
what you get.
is
That is
very
all about
comprehensive.
You. Yeah, it's
45
amazing.
gene
So this is
tests,
for
all
serious
about
people.
you. It could be about
No, seriously want to get healthy.
yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
That's a
it's
great thing.
It's for, you know, the health and wellness crazy people out there like myself, or it's also for people that just do need that extra knowledge, you know, what's going on with me? There's just something off, like
That's what I need
yeah,
right
just
there.
just something.
Okay,
The sugar preference, Jean.
this has been a great show with Valleybrook Pilates and Fitness, and we hope you come back again. And I'll see you next time for Here It Is.